Hello there, Scorpio. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's going to be for Scorpio for September of 2019. Can't believe we've done whole 9 months into the year already. Well, for everybody who is new out there, uh, we pull 4 cards for the month. We use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view of the month, and we'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I am an empath, so I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. So that makes all of us Scorpios named Frankie for the time of the reading. Now, look at your moon sign and your rising sign. You can get a more comprehensive view of the month. And I don't think the cards will go week by week. I think they're going to blend in and out throughout the month like an overall theme. Now, I have a short message for us, and the message is one of appreciation. I feel like people are noting us this month and noting how hard we truly work. And, so I think we're going to get like patted on the back, or maybe, people will come forward and say, Scorpio, good job, well done. That kind of energy, or I really enjoy what you do and all the extra things you do. Because most times people don't even notice how much we do extra for them, not just our jobs, but usually about 20 other ones do too, and we do them quietly. The other piece of the message was, before I choose to think that there's something wrong or something going on that I don't know about, and I'm thinking or feeling like, oh, I need to confront this, make sure we have the facts straight. And before we do anything, it's like better safe than sorry. It's that kind of energy. And when I got the message, I realized one of these cards goes really directly with that message, and it's going to be our very first one here. Might as well get the bad over with, right, Scorpio, right from the get-go. It's Knight of Swords energy. Now, that would be air energy. It's going to be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. If it's someone outside of us, male or female, I have to say that because these are general readings, so I can't say is it a man or a woman, you know. But it normally, the Knight of Swords is on a horse in my old deck, charging forward into the battle. Gonna win it no matter what. Notice on this Knight of Swords, there's blood on the sword. This guy already went into the battle and did it. So it's a attack mode, but he's like finished. He's already done the attack and won it, and you can see the smirk look on the face or whatever. But right underneath it is an Ace of Cups. So I think that helps us in some way. So it can represent a person outside of us, male or female, that's overly aggressive, who is in attack mode, like the nasty boss or the friend that just spits this or that, because this is mental energy, like fast moving words. If it was the King of Swords, he would have the maturity, he or she have the maturity to couch those words or say them in a different way. It can mean that we are like being very aggressive in maybe pursuing a lifestyle that would allow us to live out our lives the way that we want to. So it could be that kind of energy, or live our ideal the way we want to. So this night, if it is a messenger to us, it can bring kind of bad news in a manner of speaking, which could relate to us, or relate to someone around us, energy around us. It's some kind of, or someone close to us, maybe even like our, a good friend, husband, wife, brother, sister, that kind of energetics. Um, it's some kind of, it means some kind of conflict is at hand. It's not physical conflict, as in the blood on a sword, but it's more of a mental type. So it can bring violent differences of opinion where, we ain't even agreeing to disagree. Angry messages being sent back and forth, like text messages or sent and received, that kind of crap, or phone messages. Uh, um, if it's not a person, it could be us being so focused, like on an intellectual pursuit, that nothing else matters in our life. So we're neglecting people around us that love and care about us, or we could be, if this is us stepping into it, oh, I didn't tell us our words this month. That I'll finish what I'm saying. It could be us expressing our ideas in such a forceful manner, is the way they want me to say it, that we get negative feedback or a negative response. And we don't want that. And I forgot to tell us our words here for this month. They are faith, understanding, expectancy, communication, and joy. The Knight of Swords is a communication. You know, that's what air energy is about, communication. When Mercury goes retrograde, right? No communication. So this is a word, but the Knight of Swords energy has a great deal of expectancy also, you know. Um, how do I want to put it? In order to, like, say it in a way that it can be used well or used wisely. Because the Knight of Swords energy, if we're being like called up into it, to take a particular stance, it would mean that we would have all of our facts straight. We would know what we were saying, know whatever we were communicating was very logical, had all the backup to go with it, you know, uh, making sure that our stance was true and forward, because this could be like the college graduate thing that just popped in my head, who is so sure of their self they can take on the whole world, yet they haven't mastered the skills of the job yet. It's just, I've got to learn how to interact with people and work together and things like that. If it was a boss at work, it would be the boss that says, I want this job done and I need it done by yesterday. And you're, Scorpio, gonna do it. And it's that type of attitude, because I want what I want when I want it. So there's no maturity, because if we think about it, the King of Swords, he can go to war, but he very rarely does. Just has the capacity to, if it's required or if it's needed, right? So it can be like, the only example, and I can't remember it always where I read it, but I think it was like a tarot description, and it always pops in my head from a book. I think the lady's name is Bridget Esselmont, if I'm saying that right. She has a very big channel, and it's really good, very comprehensive book. But one of the examples she shows of this is the boss that wants the job done, orders all the component parts to make a project, but the good quality parts they ordered don't come in time. So they turn around and get another company with cheap parts to get the job done, then sell the project for the same price, and everything goes wrong, because it's breaking. It's that kind of energy, because they were too hurried to wait or to make an excuse. So they force their employees to do these cheaper manufacturing process and ruins the whole company's, you know, good standing in the world because they just don't sometimes have a brain in their head. But it is, you know, fast moving energy if it's used appropriately. And right underneath it, we have the Ace of Cups. So it shows me for sure things are going to work out, and other cards in here going to work out. The one thing the Knight of Swords has is communication skills, faith in their self, and the expectancy that it will get done. That expectancy, you know, type energy. Yeah, that's what they're saying. I wouldn't feel joy around that one though, but I feel joy around our original message, which is appreciation, because our next card here is the Hermit. And the Hermit is Virgo, actually, energy, and it's a guide source coming into us. So he's either nearby waiting for us in the wings for us to call on him, or and waiting patiently. It's our internal guidance system waiting for us to turn to him to ask for advice. So with that Knight of Swords energy coming up right before it, um, don't ignore the Hermit. That's what they said to tell you. Don't ignore the Hermit, you know, because this is a time when we want to be actively involved with seeking guidance from the invisible world, like our clear perceptions, our inner knowing, our spiritual guidance. We need to have that, especially with this Knight of Swords energy in there. It can take like a physical form when we get the Hermit energy, like going away, going out of town, or staying home for a few days and hibernating, you know, to make a connection with ourselves. Turning off the phone, no bleepers, you know, no pings from the email, that kind of energy. Uh, Making sure that we open ourselves up, is how I want to say it, to the inner guidance that we have, that's available to us upon request. That's the way they want me to say it. They want us to open up to the inner guidance that is available to me upon my request. I feel this month with that Knight of Swords energy in there, if we want to communicate with ourselves and have faith that we are moving forward in the right direction for us, we need our word understanding. We need to be in that expectant state, and we need to let Spirit communicate with us in order to move forward or get the thing that we really want in our life. So with that Hermit, I'm saying, you know, turn off our phones, maybe go out of town for a few days, take a day or two off work, maybe if I had some kind of crazy confrontation, because that Ace of Cups energy means that there's good things coming, you know, right underneath it, like fresh new beginnings, new starts, new, you know, love, things like that coming right underneath there. So if we think about it like that, we'll be able, and we get that internal guidance, we'll be able to have faith and understanding that we can expect to move forward in the right manner, because nobody can tell us what we need for our own selves, and no one can tell us what we want for our own selves, because we have three major arcana in this reading, Scorpio. Our next one here is the Emperor, and that's the establishment. It means we're involved in the establishment or involved with someone who is a representative of the establishment. We might need to identify with some type of a powerful group, like a religious group, ideological, intellectual, could be with that a Knight of Swords energy here, or like a political group. We can be going to meetings that um, are related to like to that particular culture. Um, you know, particular culture or group or like institution, particular economic group like our company or our community. But we need to be able to identify with that power in some way, or we may be feeling like we need to belong or be one of them, you know, or associating with other people that has that need, you know. But these cards can work both ways. So with that Knight of Swords energy, there it could be a situation, if he was upside down, he's not, where we're in conflict with the established way of things, you know. So some of us that maybe at our job, maybe um, in some type of tradition or family thing, or we may be feeling pressured to accept responsibility if he's upside down, that we absolutely don't want. So I think for some of us, it may go move that way, and for others of us, it's going to be upright, and this is the right thing for us to do. And they've told me to say it both ways, so I'm going to say it both ways because we have two cards here that we would be possible of saying both ways, but I'm only doing that because we have that Knight of Swords energy at the start of it. So I don't know if this is going to be at work or in our love relationships, possibly because of that Ace of Cups right underneath there, because cups are emotional energy, not sword energies, more intellectual, mental type energy. I think for a lot of us, this is going to maybe be a thing around work, you know, around work energy this month. I really actually think so because of our original message too. Because now we got the Six of Rods or Six of Wands. So we know with that Ace of Cups underneath there, we're coming out on top because this is a card of triumphing over adversity and being victorious. It means that it indicates good news as a result of us having met a challenge to our identity. That could be that Knight of Swords energy in there. Met the challenge to our identity and came through it with flying colors. That's exactly the way they want me to say it. So it's victory is at hand. We've overcome or conquered that which was opposing us. So it's good. Look, that usually there could be people there waving, you know, and throwing the olive branches there in front of him. He's come back from the war and he's won the war. So it means we're in our own space, in the groove. They used to say, past self-doubt. If we had any doubt, it would be resolved and we would be in the process of winning a significant battle. And with that Knight of Swords energy, might be a promotion or something that we were, you know, going up for or things like that. And because when we will bring these affairs like to the point of success, so we can expect, like our word here, expect, period, to have our desires gratified. So that's a great thing. It means gifts are received, awards, recognition, maybe appreciation, because they said we were being appreciated for all of our. We take, I don't think people realize how much effort we put forward, you know, to make sure everything comes together in a cohesive manner, you know, that gets done in a timely manner, because we don't put that out there, I think. So for a lot of us, I have a feeling this might be a work type energy or something I'm really seriously involved in, because the next energy here is the Hierophant. That's another traditional factor active in our life. Whether it's a religion, it can be a philosophy, social organization, any type of authoritative group where we would feel a great deal of loyalty to the tradition or the group and find it very supportive of us. We might like choose to live in accordance with the beliefs that we have in common with the group or the organization, maybe the company. We might want to like to aspire to be the leader of it, or a new manager position or something, or maybe we have a relationship with the leader of the organization, you know. But whatever the group is, or whatever the tradition is, we would feel a great deal of, how do I want to say it? It would be inspirational to us. We would feel a great deal of loyalty to it, but when, with this type of energy, okay, and I'm saying it this way purposely, because there's usually a judgmental quality around here where we are expected to follow a certain set of rules to the letter, and if we don't, we are called into account for it. So, with that being said, some of us, this is what they told me to do with this reading, Scorpio, sorry. Some of us might want to overthrow the old tradition or religious, ideological, intellectual, whatever we feel about this group. We might want to just overthrow it because it just simply doesn't serve us, period, point blank, anymore. And maybe if we stepped across the line and tried to influence for it to be more open or honest or something, the rules and regulations slapped us right down. And Spirit said, say that this way, with the Emperor and with the Hierophant energy. Okay, so some of us Scorpios, right, are going to want to belong because it suits us, right? Either way, we're victorious. Just take the Hermit energy with us, because that's going to be our internal guidance system that's going to give us the answers that we need, right? And if we get into a period of conflict, because we want more this Ace of Cups energy. Oh my goodness. And underneath that is the, oops, I got the angel card, is the Fool. Fresh new starts and new beginnings. And under that is the card of choice and not being in denial. That is quite interesting, isn't it, Scorpio? I don't know where this is coming down for us. Could be in love for some of us. It could be, career type stuff. You can see that very logically. So I think this reading is going to go two ways. Some of us are going to upset everybody's apple cart this month, and others of us are going to just go with the flow and keep on pursuing it. Use the Hermit. I'm telling you, you can't make these cards up, Scorpio. We have the Hermit and trustworthy guidance together. Can't make these cards up. There's something Spirit wants to tell us this month. Go with it. It says, you've received a wonderful idea as an answer to your prayer. This idea is real and it's trustworthy, and you can safely move forward with it, knowing that we are with you every step of the way. Wait, whoops, I missed my place here. Ask for and be open to receiving our support for anything that you need related to this idea. And in the book it says, the angels gave you this card because you want to believe in your ideas. And the Emperor and the Hierophant are ideas. of other places that if we think about it, other places that we belong or don't want to belong anymore. It says, which are the answers to your prayers, and you can trust them. You will be supported as you move forward to put your ideas into action as long as you check with your angels regularly for continued guidance. If you ever feel vulnerable, ask your angels to reassure you with emotional, spiritual, and material comfort. Don't worry about the details, they'll take care of themselves as you go along. Just go for it. Your idea is valid, it's divinely inspired, and you're safe to make the changes and move forward. Boy, you guys are going to have to tell me what this reading means to you this month, especially with that faith, understanding, expectancy, communication, and then joy of having that Ace of Cups and the Fool card right underneath it. Good gravy, Scorpio. Well, that's our reading for this month, and I want to tell you all thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, and your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I truly appreciate them. And if anybody wants to know more about me or just go neb about me, all the information's down below the screen at the website, or if you want to set an appointment with me, all the information to do that is at the website. The prayer class and suture classes I put out there for you guys are over at the website. There's 2 short videos that explain them. They're like 5-6 minutes long. Prayer class is 2.5 hours long. It's very comprehensive. It explains how you format them, why you do them that way, all of that stuff. Sutras are simple thought forms. You put in a really easy meditation that takes 5 minutes a day, and it enhances the clear perceptions dramatically. But the videos that explain them are over at the website. So to all of you I've met through 3 whole years of doing these YouTube videos, and everyone I've met through 31 years of doing this work, I want to tell you all, it's been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to be able to serve you. And so hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.